Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are safe, I hope you are doing well, I hope you are making money as usual. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you guys a step-by-step how you can be able to manage your trade to be able to make money. So I know that some of you guys may know how to trade like really well. You may be able to get set up, enter, everything is okay. But when it comes into managing your trade, like going break even, taking partials, taking TP, or be able to, let's say, grow an account, is like a whole lot of issue for you. You may be able to end the week with maybe 50R, but your MT4 looks red. Okay, you enter trades that you are not supposed to enter. You look for setups when you are supposed to be done trading. So in today's video, I promise you that at the end of this video, you should be able to know how to manage your trade so that you don't have to make those mistakes ever again. So let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing you should be able to do when you want to manage your trade or be able to trade successfully, you should be able to know when to trade and when to not trade. So let's say that tomorrow is Monday. Okay, let's just assume that tomorrow is Monday, and then I know that I have a strategy that I know every week I may be able to make money. So that doesn't mean that on Monday I may be getting setups, or maybe on Tuesday. Like, I don't have to get setups every single day. I don't have to get setups every single session. So one thing some of you guys may be doing is when Monday, like, market open right away, you are now ready, get your PC and start like trading, open your trading view. Is not always the case. Okay, like when the market open, yes, you have a new opportunity to make money, but take it easy. You wait for market open. Okay, market open, price will just play around, there's nothing much. You wait for your London session, and then if you see a setup, like, just get on your charts and then have a checklist of your strategy. Okay, like mine, if I have, I don't know, like London manipulation, I don't know, liquidity grab, whatever, you write it down, and then when you get on the charts, you just like keep a paper with you, and then if you see that price is moving and then it does all you have in your checklist, then yeah, that's an opportunity for you to take the setup. So that is the only time for you to take a setup. Take a setup only when you see, and only if it is within your time window. Okay, if it's London that I'm trading, and if I see a setup outside of London, there's no setup for me. So you have to be like really consistent on when you are taking your setup, and then you also should know when to stop trading. Okay, you should have like a target. And I'm saying target is not like a target for TP, because some people, they may be like, today I want to make $5,000, and if at the end of the day they don't make $5,000, they will be hunting for setups to make that $5,000. That's not what I'm saying. Have like a goal, but that goal is not like compulsory for you to achieve it every single day. So what I'm saying is, if you get up and then you're like, okay, if me I make 5,000, then I should be done. So that means that if I come I trade and I see that I make 5,000, like, is my main goal is not really to make 5,000, but if I am able to make 5,000, then I'm done trading. Okay, so if I come I trade and I see that, okay, I made 5,000, then done. Like, just close the chart and then go do whatever I want to do, and also have like a limit of your drawdown, like daily. If you think that if you are down 2R, depending on how much you are risking, you may be risking 0.5, 0.25, maybe 1%, depends. But let's say that in this case you are risking 0.5. Okay, so for me 0.5, I may agree to be down 1% a day. So if I take two setups and both of them are stop losses, I'm done. Okay, never look at the charts the same day again. Come back the following day and then follow your strategy again, and you should be able to recover the losses. Okay, like, don't force because you are in drawdown and then you try to bring back that money that you lost. If you do that, definitely you're gonna keep going in more drawdown and more drawdowns. So that's one thing you have to avoid. So you should know when to trade and when to don't trade, and when you hit your target, know when to leave the charts. If it's a loss or a win, know when to leave the charts. Okay, and then the next thing is, let's say if you're now able to take your setup, how can you manage that setup? It's really important. So next thing you have to talk about it is going to be partial. So when is the right moment to take partial? You don't take partial just because price started buying or selling. Okay, you take partials based on your win rate and based on a mathematics. Okay, like, you do your own mathematical calculations and you know when to take partial. So let's say for me, if I have something like 60% win rate, okay, and then if my TP are always above 5R, let's say that I always take TP above 5R and then my window is like 60%. So that means that if I take three setups and then two of them goes to TP and then one of them hits stop loss, two set up that 5R, that would have been 10R, so I would be 10R in profit, and then I now have one loss, that means that I'm going to be up 9R for the session. Okay, so 9R, if I'm losing 1%, that's 9% growth, right? So that means that if I take partial at 5R or above, or TP 5R above, and then I have a 60% win rate, then I'm profitable. I hope that makes sense. But now the case where if you still have 60% win rate, and then I take partial around 1R or sometimes 0.5R, because some people, let's say if they have a $1,000 stop loss, and then price goes to $500 TP, or let's say price just goes to $500 profit, they take like 80% out because they've seen money. But if you do that case and you do that same calculation we've done, you cannot grow that account because you don't have 100% win rate. That trade that would have made you money, you now close it early, and then because of that, yeah, you cannot grow an account. If you take the same like the same example I gave, if you take 3 setups, and those 3 setups, 2 of them are TPs, and then they were supposed to go for 5R, and then you close them at 0.5, 0.5. Okay, so if you close them at 0.5R each, then yes, you might be at 1R, but then that one loss that counts is going to wipe out all the money that you've taken, like all the partial or profit that you've taken at 0.5R. That profit is going to be wiped out just because of one loss. So always make sure that when you close your position based on RR, it makes sense based on your win rate. So for me, anything below, like the lowest I can go maybe 4R, but anything below 4R, but priority is 5R. If it's 5R above, that's okay for me. So always have something like this. Based on your win rate, then you'll know when to take partials and then when to not take partials. And then the next thing you have to do is how you take your TP. For the TP is really, really important. The fact I'm saying really important is not only your TP should be above 5R, your TP should also be based on market structure. Okay, like I know some people where they are, let's say, on a challenge, okay, like a profile challenge, and then they have like 10R TP, and then when they see 10R TP may be enough for them to pass a challenge. But when you look at the analysis is saying that 9R is your TP. So if your analysis, I mean, maybe liquidity point or market structure, whatever, if the market structure or liquidity says that your TP should be 9R, then make sure you take TP at 9R, because when price will hit 9R, there's no more reason for price to keep going. I don't know if that makes sense. There's no more point because price will just go take that liquidity or maybe break that structure and then started dropping or started buying. So if you want to have TP, your TP should be based on your analysis. It shouldn't be based on the profit. If you look at the profit instead of looking at the analysis, then definitely that's not gonna work. I hope that makes sense. So always have your TP based on your own analysis. If your analysis says that, let's say, a high should be your TP, then now look at that high, how many RR are that thing? If it's up to 5R, chill, okay, it's okay because you have 5R TP and it also makes sense based on your market structure or analysis. But if that TP makes sense based on market structure or analysis, but it doesn't make sense on RR, let's say I take a setup and I see that my TP based on my analysis says that it's 2R, then I would definitely not take that setup because it's 2R. I don't want to be having 2R TP, okay? I want to have 5R or 10R TP because based on my win rate and stuff, that's how I can be profitable. So these are some of the things you have to take into consideration when you are trading. And one more thing you guys should actually, or let's say 2 things that you guys should actually take into consideration too is, first, you don't trade news, okay? Especially with your main account. Because when you trade news, of course, if your analysis goes well, you're making a lot of money, okay? But if your analysis goes wrong, you are definitely gonna lose a lot of money. You may even lose your account if you are trading a profile. So when I trade news, I know the type of account I'm using to trade the news. So the same way, if you are trading news, don't use your main account to trade news, especially NFP or CPI. Don't use your main account for that. And the second thing I'm talking about is don't go full margin on a setup. Okay, like don't, no matter how good that setup is, don't. Okay, unless if you're on the profile challenge, okay, and then it left you 1 hour for you to lose the account, then you may try to do that. But okay, if you are actually growing an account, you already have your account and everything's going well, never like try to over risk on a setup. Always have the same risk. If you are risking 0.5, always keep risking 0.5. if you are risking 1%, keep risking 1%, no matter what happens. So losses will come, wins will come, and then if you trust your win rate and then the RR you're having as TP, then eventually, based on math, you'll definitely make money. If that makes sense. So these are some of the things that you have to take into consideration when it comes to managing your trade. And if you really apply all I've said here, I really think that you shouldn't have any more issue. Okay, like you shouldn't have any more issue. So what I'm going to do is I'll let you guys try to apply all I've said here. So if you've been watching the video till now and you didn't like leave the video, try to apply everything I said and then do it for like a whole month. Okay, I don't know, because all I said is just how to manage your trade. If you have a problem with your strategy, if you're not able to trade your strategy, and let's say if you don't really know like a profitable strategy, that's another thing. You can always DM me on Instagram. I can teach you how I trade, and then you can also apply the way I explain how to manage that trade later on. But if you already have a strategy that really works for you, you can always uh, apply what I said for like a whole month, or yeah, a whole month is way better. And then let me know how that goes. Okay, let me know how that goes. I think that would be pretty much it for the video. uh Thanks for watching the video. If you are interested in this sort of content, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you also want to join the mentorship, which I also teach my strategy, you can always DM me on Instagram, the link in the description of this video.